Hi Scorpio, hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 15th through the 31st. I'm going to start off by pulling a couple of crowning energies. First one from Black Moon Tarot, and then the second one from Wisdom of the Oracle. I did already sage my cards and shuffle. It's going to put a couple of shuffles in. God, Spirit, Universe, any messages Scorpio needs to understand from August 15th to the 31st. 2019, August 15th to the 31st, Scorpio. Scorpio, August 15th to the 31st. Okay, let's see what we have. I hope you guys are doing well. These crazy energies we have going on. Air element, communication, very nice. Okay, so starting off this time period on the 15th, we have a full moon at 22 degrees of Aquarius, and then we have a new moon at almost 7 degrees of Virgo on August 30th. We have a bunch of trines. So we're going to have a lot of changes, guys. More changes. More settling into whatever started during the eclipses. Although Scorpios didn't get hit too bad, generally speaking. Of course, it depends on what else you have in your chart, right? The energies Scorpio needs to understand between August 15th and August 31st, 2019. We have the Fates, very nice. Okay, so let's talk about your crowning energies first, and then we'll pull your cards. Okay, so let's talk about the Fates first. This will be the Fates. So the essential meaning here is karma, acceptance, just an acceptance that there are things that you cannot change, and you have to just know what those things are. This is very much the Serenity Prayer card, for those of you who aren't aware of what that is. Bring this a little closer. It's God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, this is the Serenity Prayer card, absolutely. So this is really about understanding what you need to accept and what you just can't change. So as far as relationships go, this is a matter of really understanding that other people are just who they are. You can't change them. The challenge here for you is that you just need to accept them as they are, and not to try to make them otherwise to suit you, because this is a time to look at how you might attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so that you could be in the relationship more comfortably. And we all do that from time to time throughout our life, right? So getting this energy is just asking you to really just pay attention to that right now. Understand that this relationship is very fated, and that you're meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it, right? And you just really, though, need to ask yourself while you're in it, you know, what if who they are and whatever it is, right, that they do, what if that is just truly who they are and what they are, right? And you know, what if the way they are is actually perfect for them from the perspective of like God and Spirit? So now is the time to accept what you can't change, even if it means that you honor yourself, right? And maybe you need to move on from a situation. But this is about loving unconditionally for each of us, being on our own journey in that way, right? Because what that means to one person is not going to mean the same to the next person. You have to be very aware of this in your life, that regardless of what's going on, if you feel like you're on a hamster wheel with a person, you guys, it's like the same thing over and over again, you really have to understand that the remedy for that might be something as simple as just simply accepting each other for how you are. But if you're in a situation where you can't be that, you have to take stock and look at the lessons that this relationship has brought you, because the Fates is all about lessons. Like, this relationship you're in was meant to transform you in one way or another, whether it lasts or not. So it's very much what this energy indicates. And you're just really being invited to just understand and accept just what is, you know, just what is, accepting what is, and not fighting a situation, you know. And if you're very unsure, on the fence about something, be it a job, a relationship, whatever, write it out and see what happens. Just really kind of feel into it and wait it out a bit, right, guys? Because we do have a lot of changes happening now. There is a lot of shifting that's going on. Things aren't going to feel settled just yet. We're going to have a few minutes of feeling settled come the fall, and then we have another eclipse on the 26th of December. But that's actually going to be bringing even better changes, though. So whatever seeds you're planting now, they're really going to start cultivating themselves between now and actually next July. So really do the best that you can in this energy. But regarding this card here, just know, look, it's human nature. It's difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. I am getting that a good handful of you have been going through something very painful with this fate card. You know, and fate really, it's a mystery after all, right? Yet what we do with our circumstances and the way in which we respond to life's challenges is how we rise up to greet our destiny. So now is one of those times you really want to be aware of your powerlessness to change certain situations and to just surrender to acceptance. You know, hang in there, ride it out, but stay open and understand that in your acceptance, if something's going to end, it's going to end. That's when you have to look for the lessons. If you're going to work the situation out, you still have to look for the lessons and figure out how you're going to make it work pragmatically moving forward. But regardless of which path, something's going to happen and life's going to get better. So act as if you believe that, you know. The only thing that you can control right now is your attitude, right? So when you align that with the fates, be mindful of what you can and can't change, because serenity comes from that, you know, from this level of acceptance, for sure, you know. I mean, I love this card because honestly, it's about, fate is something that happens to everyone. But to have fate on your side kind of expedites whatever is happening. So I do like that. And then we have the air element, which is all about communicating. When this comes up in a reading, it's really time to put into words what you want, what you desire, what you expect. You know, the good news is some issues that you've been waiting for on, or you know, the current time right now during this period, and maybe even something that you've been waiting on for a while from the past, they're now going to start being resolved. You're going to be getting answers. You're going to be able to face them without any pretense, but most importantly with honesty right now. Because the air is all about, it's not only about it is about communicating, but it's not only about that. It's also about being quick on your toes, how curious you are, how ingenious you are with certain situations. Air also gives us the power to apply our energies in very diverse ways. So it's about being spontaneous and in the moment and landing on your feet, you know, and where you are able to approach things with precision and sharpness. And there's a freedom here, right, to take a new path now. So I really like this for you. And air signs actually look young, right? So this card is all about feeling young, looking really great, having energy, and just having almost like a childlike vibe about you, for sure. You know, now for those of you who are questioning relationships, because not everyone is, so when, you know, if you are questioning relationships or romance, in this energy, someone may not be willing to commit as much as the other at this time. So this could be you or it could be them, equally so. You know, it's possible that they're embarrassed or about something in their life, or not as comfortable about sharing emotions, you know, as you are, or vice versa, you know. So the air element card here can mean that there's this type of impasse in relationships. So it can become a type of, you know, weighing of all the angles and odds and being able to reach a decision. But this is only going to be temporary. But if you hit a snafu in your relationship as far as deepening a commitment, it's just the energy. So do try to wait this out a little bit. Now, for those of you not dealing with any relationship at all, or for those of you who just want some information about work, about career, sometimes this card simply means ambition and the need to soar as high as you can, which is now possible more than ever before. Okay, because ideally this indicates the powers of manifestation, the magic of the mind and the thought, bringing ideas into being, and what you think might happen can happen. So you really want to guard how you think, especially be careful of the words you choose. You know, really be very careful, right? Because words become things, guys, right? I mean, we know this, so use them well. You know, this is because it's such a heavy manifestation energy, such heavy manifesting going on this month because of all of the trines. I think we have 3 or 4 trines this month, which is crazy. That's so much trine energy. That's all about manifesting. So definitely be careful of what you're asking for right now. Definitely, definitely. But the good thing is things are going to be happening for you in a very profound way. So I do like that. And everything that's going to be happening is going to be very fated. All right, so let's pull some cards. We're going to pull the Rider-Waite. And I'm going to pull 4 cards for each week plus an outcome energy. And then we're going to pull some bottom of the deck energy. Ace of Swords. Beautiful. Love how that's starting. Very nice. Yeah, Ace of Swords. You got a lot of new ideas coming. I love that you got that with the air element, with communicating. That's beautiful. Okay, let's split the deck. Let's see what we have. High Priestess in reverse. Okay. Not trusting yourself with something. 5 of Wands in reverse. Okay. 6 of Wands. Oh, I like that. Getting some respect that you deserve. 9 of Cups, good. King of Wands, ready to move. The Star, beautiful blessings. 6 of Cups, you're feeling nostalgic about something. The Hangman reverse, you're thinking. 2 of Swords, you're at cross purposes. Okay, let's check out the bottom here. Okay, first is we have Page of Cups. Okay, new emotions, fresh emotions. Queen of Pentacles, nice. 4 of Swords, you're thinking. There's a lot of thinking going on. I feel like these two go together. And the Knight of Pentacles reverse. All right, so let's take a look at what's happening here. Okay, so the Ace of Swords to begin. So swords are thoughts, right? And you have a lot of new ideas about where you want to go, Scorpio. This is the birth of new ideas. This isn't a resurgence of anything. This isn't even anything from your pet. These are brand new ideas, things occurring to you, steps that you want to make in your life. And I really like that. And you see, they're coming to you, but for some reason, you're really questioning yourself here. This High Priestess, look, the High Priestess is somebody who has been through quite a lot. And they have quite a lot of wisdom and intuition under their belt. Based on experience. And this is a beautiful energy to have because it's really connecting with spirit, connecting with the deepest part of your soul to help push yourself forward. But when it's reversed, this tells me that you're in a situation where you're not connecting very strongly with your intuition and that it's coming from an external source. So you need to ask yourself, what situation or what individual is challenging the way you see things, is challenging the way you feel, is making you question yourself? Is someone in your life deflecting? Is someone in your life gaslighting you right now in a way where they're making you feel like how you're thinking and how you're being is inappropriate, is wrong, is just working across purposes to yourself, saying these things to somehow serve their own needs? Because this questioning of your intuition is really going against that really strong Scorpio frame I am getting. Because guys, listen, I mean, you, Scorpio, the archetype, you guys are all about, you know, sex, death, resurrection, other people's money, right? I mean, you guys have like, you're there, you know, like you get it. You understand what, like, you understand what it is to have endings, and you understand what it is to have beginnings, and you understand what it is to have everything in between. And you're a water sign, so you're very sensitive, so you know what's up. You have very strong intuitive bone in you. So to not be connecting with it has to be very profound to you and deeply disturbing. And I am getting that that's where this 5 of Wands energy is coming. Because the 5 of Wands is all about conflict, right? It's a battle of the wills, but it's a battle of the wills in which no one really wins. And here, you really are better off just like sucking it up and walking away. Honestly, because I'm getting that you're not going to win this one, in that you are looking for someone to give you a response in a situation that does not make sense to you or suit you, and then we'll go back to the fates, accepting people for the way they are, even if you know that they're being completely inappropriate. And by all rights, and any sensible mind could see that what they're doing is wrong, you can't change them. You can't make them think of you or in any other way than they do, and you can't make them behave in any other way. You just can't do it. But I'm getting here that you, Scorpio, you don't want that. You're just not having this in your life. We have the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is all about respect, okay? This is about this guy going away and doing his thing in battle and coming back and being honored by people with the wreath and the, ooh, yay, you know, thank you so much, you know, for helping us out, right? And we have the green cloak over the horse, which is like, you know, representing something very heartfelt, right? Because it's the heart chakra. This is reverse. You're being disrespected, Scorpio. On some level, you're being disrespected. Now, I do want to say this. The conflict can be internal inside of yourself. And you can be disrespecting yourself in some level. You know, are you allowing someone to do something to you that's against your intuition? Are you agreeing to go down a certain path that you know is not going to serve your highest good? Because ultimately, what you really want is this Nine of Cups energy as an outcome. And I feel like you're going to have it. But I feel like getting this Nine of Cups energy, this attainment, is going to be you realizing that you have allowed your intuition to be played with by somebody external to you. You put your foot down, you're fighting for it, you're recognizing that you're not being respected in the way that you should. And once you do that, a block is going to lift. And once that block lifts, you're going to have attainment. You're going to have your Nine of Cups attainment. And I do like that for you. Absolutely. Yeah, because look, I mean, you have this Queen of Pentacles here as your supporting energy. You want to make it happen for yourself. Pentacles is money, yes, you know, on a mundane level, as I always say, but it's also mental health and physical health. It's the ability to be supportive and be supported. It's resources. It's you creating these things for yourself. It's you realizing that what you really want for yourself, you need to bring to yourself. You can't count on anyone to bring these things to you. You know, I'm getting that many of you may have been in a situation where, you know, you were working towards something together with someone, but you're realizing now that the only way to get to the space in your life, even if you're in a relationship, to be in a place where you feel really happy and autonomous in your own skin within the relationship, is to bring yourself the flowers and not wait for anyone else to bring them for you. You know what I mean? Like that old saying goes, that's what I'm getting here. I feel like that goes with that for sure. I just really do. Because then we have this Knight of Pentacles reverse, and I just don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is someone who's working at cross purposes to you. I feel like this is somebody who is not on the same page with you emotionally, who's not on the same page with you as far as finances and resources go. They're coming in and they're giving all of their ideas, but they're not taking you into account. They're not respecting you in the way that you need to be respected. And I feel like the playing out of this is really creating a very pensive thought inside of you. Because, you know, what is the Four of Swords energy? The Four of Swords, I said this in a couple of other videos too. What this card is about is back when soldiers went off to war, many times they would have their coffin built so that if they were to die, I mean, as morbid as this is the truth, if they were to die in battle and their bodies would be sent home, their parents would have, or their families would have their coffin already sized and set for them. And then if they came home and they weren't dead, they were very grateful, right? So there's this, you know, praying vibe to this, stained glass, right, alluding to the church. But they would lay on top of their coffin and think about their battle and think about how grateful they are and think about what they're going to do next, right? After going through this very traumatic experience, right? So, you know, because this is the Four of Swords. Think about the Three of Swords. What comes before this? The Three of Swords, with the three swords going through the heart, right? There's a lot of pain in the Three of Swords card. So with the Four of Swords, you're definitely thinking about things that you've been through here. I do get that. Absolutely. And you're just ready for new. You know, you're ready for new. You're ready for new love. You're ready for, you know, when we have a page, it's not the newness of the aces, but it's this fresh approach. It's this young approach. It's an innocent approach. And cups is all about love, right? And emotions. So you're very ready for that. You're very ready to be appreciated. You really are. You know, and then we have this as the King of Wands energy. And, you know, you're ready to just take control of your own destiny here. This is you thinking things through very pragmatically, having the will to move forward, really thinking through what you need to get done, and really kind of being in control here of your own destiny. And you're being very blessed and watched by Spirit during this. This is a beautiful energy for new relationships. If you're in long-standing and very healthy relationships, this does indicate a deepening of a relationship. I am getting many relationships, though, are going to be going through it a little bit. That's not to say that everyone's going to be ending a relationship, because that's ridiculous. Now, if you have nothing to do with relationships, this is about you really being on the right path as far as a new career or new angle in your career. It doesn't have to be a new job altogether, but where you're approaching your job from a completely different mindset. But this isn't without pain, right? Because we have the Six of Cups. Scorpio, I am getting that you have to leave something behind. That there is something, even if only in your mind, there is something being left behind to be able to facilitate this change. And I am getting a lot of you feeling very nostalgic about somebody or something in your past. And the thing is, when it's reversed, we're typically idealizing a situation that really has no business being in our life, where you're glorifying a little bit more in retrospect than it really should be. And just trust in the fact that it's in your past for a reason, you know? This is the history page card, right? It's time to pay homage, you know, for the place that this person or situation had in your life. And it's time to put it in the pages of your history book now, because this person or situation who you're feeling very sad and nostalgic about really doesn't have a pragmatic place in your future moving forward. And right now, you very much need to be in the space of moving forward. But you're going to have a hard time with it. I mean, the Hangman and the Two of Swords as the outcome. The Hangman, first of all, it's the Hangman reverse. So this tells me that not only are you in a space of thinking, but this tells me that when we get the Hangman reverse, it indicates you holding on to a situation from the past that you're not willing to let go of. Okay? This is you holding on, but where Spirit is really pushing you to try your very best to adapt a new perspective. Look at things a little differently, all right? Because here, in this situation, you're going to end up more the victim than the victor of a situation. The situation that you want to try to save, I am getting from the Six of Cups reverse in the past, it would end up making you a victim in your own life. And you don't want that. You know that too, though, Scorpio. You're so smart. But you're at cross purposes with yourself. Now, this could be cross purposes with yourself or with another person, but I am getting, just because of the energy up to this point, that you're at cross purposes with yourself. You're trying to stand in front of your emotions. You have these thoughts and you're just confused. You're conflicted about should you make the changes that you're feeling pulled to make. Now, this is a general reading, so this is going to be something different for everyone. This can be, should you leave your job? Should you end this relationship? Should you give this relationship a chance? Maybe you're not willing to give a certain person a real chance. Maybe you should. So this is going to be very different for each of you. But communicating is absolutely going to be very, I absolutely love the crowning advice here that you got, because looking at these cards, this tells me that you're really going to have to be communicating, not only with another person, but with yourself. You're going to have to be very honest with yourself in this energy, Scorpio. You know, what circle are you trying to fit in a square? You know, what are you maybe not accepting as it is? Because the thing is, if you're not accepting of it, it might not be for you. And then you have to look at what's underneath that. Why was this person or situation brought into your life, and find that lesson and then move forward. Or you have to identify, are you just being really hard on someone? Or maybe really hard on yourself, not even accepting yourself right now. Because all of these things are what the fates mean. But you have all these new energies that want to come in. I mean, I love that you have this Page of Cups, right? For new love, new feelings of love. And when I say love, it's anything that addresses your heart space. Because this can very, very well be a new job. And then we have the Ace of Swords. You have all of these beautiful ideas. But I can't help but feel like you are getting in your own way. Whether it's you're getting in your own way or you're allowing someone else to occupy the real estate in your mind, and you're not able to move forward from something. But there is this holding back I get. And the thing is, you know, what's happening, you know, with Mars and Virgo, Tri-Uranus, you know, these are like action, you know, this is action. You know, Venus in Virgo, Tri-Uranus in Taurus, like this is like big decisions and major steps of all kinds, getting boosts left, right, and center. You know, so there's movement here. There's a lot of movement. I feel like you're just feeling really indecisive, Scorpio. You're not trusting your intuition. You have to trust your intuition. You guys are so good at that. But I just get that you're very entrenched in something and you're really not sure which way to go, how to actually navigate yourself out of it. But you know you have to. You know you have to. Yeah. Yeah. Stay open, because I feel like the answers are going to come to you. I mean, that's what your crowning energy said anyways. Just stay very open during this time. Let August ride into September, you know, and see what rolls out from there. Because things really are going to be looking much different within the next couple of weeks. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of, I'm filming this on the night of August 13th, right? We get this full moon energy. This is a powerful one. Lots of changes, lots of relationship changes in this energy, for sure. Ego being very involved in this one too. Heavy ego-filled full moon, yeah. All right, guys, that is what I have for you. You guys take care. Until next time. Bye-bye.